Supercross Live and Feld are back with their power ranking systems for 2021, and it still continues to be a joke. Guys move up and down on a whim. None of the people seem to watch the races, they just look at the standings, and most importantly, they don't seem to understand how ties work. If two guys tie for 5th, then the next guy is 7th, you silly f***. To combat that, I'm setting out to do my own power rankings between cities. My preseason ranking looked like this, and I'd like to think I was fair and thorough in one of the deepest fields we've ever seen. But after 3 rounds in Houston, a lot has changed. Some riders have risen to the occasion, and others don't look like they belong at all. Let's look at the top 10 riders in the 450 class. Sneaking onto the list at number 10 is Justin Brayton. The wily veteran sure is making that muck-off Honda work, as he somehow looks better on the private bike than he did with factory HRC. He comes out of Tuesday's race top 3 in points for the first time in his 450 career before putting up a more expected 10th place at the Houston finale. Brayton came out of Houston 6th in points, just 9 points away from the red plate. Another first-timer on the RotoMoto Power Ranking star Yamaha's Dylan Ferrandis couldn't ask for a better start to his 450 career. The rookie backed up a solid 7th in his debut with his first ever 450 podium in just his 2nd start. Sure, he was aided by Osborne, Cianciarulo, and Sexton all crashing out while in front of him, but coulda, woulda, shoulda doesn't win races, nor does it win championships. Dylan seemed to struggle at Houston 3, starting the race in 14th and making his way as far as 10th, before settling in for a quiet 12th place day. With a stacked class like this, I don't think it's unusual for guys to have that sort of parity in their results. Number 8 is yet another person moving into the top 10 for the first time. Dylan's teammate at Star Yamaha, Malcolm Stewart, enjoying the best start in his 450 career. Mookie logged a 5th, 6th, and 7th finish respectively while on the Lone Star State, helped by being one of the most consistent starters in the class. In fact, AC is the only other rider on the gate that has started in the top 7 in all 3 main events. As long as Malcolm continues to get starts and stay off the ground, he will also continue to find himself in good positions in both the championship and these power rankings. The 7th rider has a hard fall from grace. In my preseason picks, I had Zach Osborne as my 2nd choice to win the title after Eli, but with a season best finish of 9th, he is already 20 points down in a field that is going to be hard to go on a tear and rattle off podiums like he did in the depleted field of SLC last year. I 100% expect Zach to turn around and get multiple podiums and maybe even multiple race wins, but what we've seen so far isn't gonna cut it. This is where it starts to get dicey, as I feel like there will be a lot of disagreement from here on out. Number 6 is Marvin Musquin, exactly where he started the preseason. I would love to put Marv higher. In my early draft, I did have him at 5, but he is sitting just 9th in points, and I think his ceiling is just lower than a lot of the guys ahead. Marv absolutely crushes it every time he comes to Indy, including leading and winning the main bell-to-bell in his last 2 trips to the Hoosier State. And maybe when we come out on the other side and back down south, Marv will have improved his position. Number 5 is the big rise of the field. Up from number 9 is Justin Barcia. If Bam Bam continues to get starts like he has the first 3 rounds, the rest of the field is in trouble. But in typical Barcia fashion, things just happen to get in the way of his great results and potential. He followed up his win in the opener with a 9th at H2, where he was allegedly stuck in first gear, and a 4th in the Houston finale that saw his charge to the front end after going down late. I fully expect him to climb higher than this, but I don't want to get so twitchy with the rankings, as it's a long season and the 4 guys ahead have yet to make any major missteps themselves. Staying at number 4 is Adam Cianciarulo. The Monster Energy-backed Kawasaki rider got his 3rd career 450 Supercross podium and 1st of 2020 at the 3rd round, bouncing back from a crash at H2 while running 2nd in a sand section that claimed the season of multiple top riders. AC still has a lot of room to grow, and I think these results are exactly what he's looking for as he nurses off of his preseason injury. He should only get stronger as the season goes on and the rounds begin to spread out. The top 3 you could probably roll a die with, it's that close. But in the 3rd spot, I have the points leader up 2 spots from his preseason rankings. Ken Roczen takes the red plate into round 4 with the slimmest of margins, with Webb and Barcia just 1 point behind. Ken has undoubtedly looked like the fastest guy out there with the eye test, but his mental hiccups and ailments continue to hold back his championship campaigns. He should absolutely have an 8-point lead over Barcia in the championship right now, but whether you agree or not, it doesn't change that those 7 lost points are going to weigh heavier on his mind as he continues to lose those little fights. Number 2 is number 2. Cooper Webb moves up 1 spot that was vacated by Zach Osborne. Cooper continues to be the biggest thorn in Roxon's side, and any worry that his uninspiring opening round about his uninspiring opening round ride were quickly put to rest when he went 4-1 over the next 2 races. He's just 1 point away from the red plate and has a 5-point lead over his biggest threat to the title, Eli Tomac, and I couldn't put him at number 1 just yet, and that's because number 1 stays number 1 until someone takes it away. If Ken guts out the win last weekend, he could have easily leapfrogged both of them, but 5 points out after 3 rounds is exactly where I expect Eli to be. Again, his H3 ride was not spectacular, but he took a mid-pack start and rode a smart race to minimize the damage and come home 5th. Eli needs to get a start in 2 of these 3 Indy races, however, as he cannot continue to get mediocre starts because 1, this class is too deep to go from 12th to 1st on any given weekend, and 2, he gets in trouble back there. Look at him tangling with Freezy in the opener. Look at him tangling with Barcia or Baggett last year. Eli may very well be the best dirt bike rider in the field the last 4 or 5 years running, but if he can't get off the gate in a field like this, he is not going to bring back that number 1 plate into 2022. Where do you think I got it wrong? Do you think Eli is still the favorite to win this championship? Let me know in the comments where you disagree and if you think it's fair that I left Sexton and Plessinger off of the list. If this is the type of content that you enjoy, be sure to like the video to let me know to make more and to let YouTube know to serve it up to you hot. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow RotoMoto on both Twitter and Instagram for more content like this, and especially if you play Pulp MX Fantasy, as I am the only channel on the tube that gives comprehensive breakdowns, tips for locking in your picks, and the tools to make good decisions on race day. Thanks for watching RotoMoto. My name is Donnie. I'll see you guys on race day.